the telepathic block of the mind. Wolf Messing died in 1974 and was undoubtedly the most famous stage psychic in the Soviet Union. The act to which he mainly owed his notoriety consisted of obeying orders suggested to him by telepathy from members of the audience. Those who became his close friends, however, had more spectacular factual stories to tell, including his power to control another person's mind, even from miles away. One such story was told by Dr. Alexander Lungin, whose mother was Messing's secretary for several years. The episode occurred when Lungin was studying medicine in Moscow. His anatomy lecturer, Professor Gavrilov, had taken a dislike to him and kept warning the young man that he intended to fail him, regardless of what his grades might have been. The day of reckoning came when Lungin had to take his final exam. Each student had to take an oral test by going to a table at which several examiners sat, one of whom would question him. Just before the test, Gavrilov announced in a jubilant tone to Lungin that he would question him personally. Terrified by the news, the boy confided his fears to his mother, who telephoned Messing and asked him to intercede for him. The psychic, who lived several miles from the school, called her back later and assured her that he would accommodate her. When the fateful moment came, Lungin headed toward his examiners to take the test, but Gavrilov did not say a word, merely watching as Lungin was questioned by another professor. The vindictive teacher remained watching even as his colleague signed Lungin's university transcript as proof that he had taken the exam. Of course, the student was delighted, but what happened next was even stranger. Lungin left the classroom and started talking to other students. Professor Gavrilov haughtily walked out a few minutes later and asked if everyone had already taken the exam. When the students answered in the affirmative, Gavrilov fulminated with a glance at the student he despised. "Lungin still has to pass the exam," he grunted. The students explained that he had already taken it and passed. "How is it possible that he did well?" Gavrilov asked in a gruff tone. "It can't be. Who questioned him?" The professor checked the books, became livid with anger, and scampered away. Alexander Lungin had somehow outwitted him, probably with the help of his famous friend Wolf.